Hey, so what do you think? This Atomic Silver. So this is Atomic Silver on the NX350h all-wheel drive, of course. This is the luxury trim, and it's a very beautiful color overall. There's no upcharge with this particular color. Cloudburst gray, you have to pay an extra charge for that, but that color looks pretty good too. And there are other colors as well. Before we get started, today we're going to talk about the Lexus NX, and this is my 29,000 mile review. My likes and dislikes. So I'm going to share everything honestly. Please remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon to notify new videos. And if you like my video, please help me out with a thumbs up at the end. Okay, so I have a 2024 Lexus NX350h all-wheel drive in a luxury trim. I purchased it in 2024, of course, and it's been great overall mechanically. Only have one wheel alignment when it was new. That's the only thing. No mechanical issues, and of course I got my second alignment at 25K because I've been driving. I changed the tires as well too. So overall the vehicle handles great and it's very quiet in EV mode pretty much at local driving or just stop and go. Acceleration is good enough. It's not going to have a whole lot of power. It's not like the Turbo NX. They're going to give you more horsepower, and it's not a sports car, but definitely is a great vehicle to drive if you're commuting to work, to school, or just getting groceries in particular. So you can see the panel roof over here. Looks great. And again, I don't use that feature much at all, but once in a blue moon, I will use it and open it up. So let's start out with the engine compartment here. It's a 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine, four-cylinder gas engine. It's combined 2 horsepower is 240 total system horsepower and makes 41 miles per gallon city, 37 mpg per highway. Of course, your mpg will vary on your road condition, your driving habits, and a lot of other factors as well too. So I could get around 34 to 36. It depends on my road condition and the commute I've been doing. So that's something to know. So don't touch the orange cable. Just be cautious about that because a high voltage cable uses OW16 motor oil. And the oil dipstick is right in the middle over there on the engine compartment as well too. Yes, it's an insulated. There's a insulated hood, 3 latches on the top as well. So let's take a look at the driver's side first. So the driver's side has definitely a lot of great amenities. The seats are one of my favorite features because they're very comfortable, especially on long trips, long rides, commuter rides to work, etc. Right? And it's very supportive and it holds its form. And around 29K, the seats are still in great conditions. No rips or tears or anything that particular. So exactly, it actually is 28,520 miles. I think I did about 5 oil changes right now already. I did every 5,000 miles I do an oil change. Something to know. So 29,000 miles. So it's like make it 30, then you could divide it out 5. Okay. So this is the black open port wood, which looks really nice. Mark Levinson system is really nice, but it does give me some rattle on the vehicle. At least on the driver's side, I notice it. The dealer try to fix it, but once in a while it still rattles. That's a like and a dislike. But the Mark Levinson sound system is awesome, and you could tune it a little bit and gives you a little bit more bass than the bass system. Although Lexus probably fixed that issue. So the infotainment screen is just the right size and it doesn't blink. And just my camera is blinking because the frequency is different. But easy to use, simple to use, and you get used to it. If you want to reset it, because I have a problem where it loses its Bluetooth to my phone, you have to hold the volume button for about 3 to 5 seconds, then it reboots. Then you say, where's the Bluetooth? The Bluetooth is over here and the speaker's over here, by the way. So that's something to note. You can't do anything over there, but so that's a little nag. I kind of dislike that little part, but it's not a big thing. It's just no vehicle is perfect, especially the Bluetooth. A lot of the vehicles nowadays seem to drop Bluetooth somehow, and when you're talking or when you're attempting to use the Bluetooth. So that's one of the things that maybe Lexus and Toyota could get better at. Okay, so the next thing I want to mention to you is the second row. The second row, I would say the seats are really nice as well. Storage, enough room for basically 2 in the back. I think 3 is going to be really stretching it unless the person in the middle is not really that large. So space-wise, it's okay. It's not a like or dislike, but that's how it is. The headliner is light color, so keep that in mind. I wish it was a little bit darker color or some material that's easy to clean. So I would say it's not a really dislike, it's more of a nag. Yes, it's an NX350h all-wheel drive. Pardon me, I didn't get to wash the vehicle. So storage wise, well, you can see you can put the seats down, 60-40 split folding seats. And there's enough storage overall for me, so they basically meets my need. I can do a whole run of groceries and stuff, and it still have room. So I don't mind the height. It has a sloping rear roof. The big thing is that dislike is that it doesn't have a spare tire. You can see the battery is also in the back, which doesn't bother me. But I need to carry these portable air pump around because I don't have a spare tire. So I upgraded the tires also. So I could tell a little bit about that as well. And overall, Lexus, you could easily scratch this bumper. You want to put paint protection film or put the optional bumper accessory there. Just something to note if you're buying this vehicle. Yes, I washed the vehicle just right now. I didn't have time to do it earlier, but I wanted to make the video. So Lexus spelled out we're in modern color, modern lettering, and I mentioned earlier that I changed the tires. Yes, I changed it to Michelin CrossClimate 2s. They've been great. Initially, it was very quiet. So the CrossClimate 2s got around close to 25,000 miles. It's a little bit more noisier now, a little bit, I think. But my MPG doesn't suffer, so those folks are interested. You don't have to stay with the one flat tires if you don't like it. You always could upgrade. But, tire could be a thing that, it shouldn't turn you off in this vehicle. You have an air pump. You always could pump the air in your tires, but you just don't have a spare tire. I'm using this vehicle as a commuter vehicle. So that's the volume. All right, I'm recording, and it's not gonna be too noisy. I didn't filter anything on the noise on this particular piece. It has enough power. It's not gonna be a sports car, but it meets my needs. So let's do the final thoughts. 29,000 miles, inexpensive to maintain. All right, that's a big thing. And the infotainment, doesn't reboot, but the Bluetooth seems how it drops once in a while. You can reset it on the infotainment screen. There's some creaks or rattles on the speaker grill and no spare tires. Only 3 things that I really didn't like that much in particular. Comfort-wise, this has been a very comfortable vehicle. That's why I purchased it. I use it for commuting, grocery getting, or doing short trips on the weekend. Very easy to drive in particular. So there's no big learning curve. It's not a big size vehicle. They had to maneuver. And very quiet interior, but not super quiet. It's just quiet interior compared to, say, to non-luxury vehicles like the RAV4 in particular. So hopefully you liked the video surprise of the day. Really appreciate thumbs up. Comment to share, please leave it below. Please remember to subscribe. If you have questions, please post it below, and I'll do my best to answer it as well too. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.